Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Yoda from SEGADriven.com, and welcome back to our Sonic Hacking Contest 2022 coverage. In this video we're looking at Klonoa the Cabbit in Sonic 1, developed by Baraksha, and this is being showcased in the Expo section of the hacking contest. So what we have here is another character swap, and yeah, basically we get Klonoa instead of Sonic running around in Sonic the Hedgehog. And yeah, no changes to the actual stage layouts themselves, it's a simple character swap. But I say simple, that's kind of being a bit of a disservice to it, because they're actually they've imported all the mechanics of Klonoa from the actual original PS1 game into this as well. So you can grab enemies using the wind bullet, and you can throw them as projectiles, or you can use them to double jump. Klonoa also has this little floaty, like extra sort of air jump. How you describe it? Basically, you can float in the air to give yourself a little bit more extra elevation and hang time, which is good for reaching, platforms up further distances. And yeah, that's the basic mechanics, to be honest with you. And it all works, which is impressive, actually. I think it's quite a nifty little thing that they've managed to get the old wind bullet and grabbing enemies and using the double jumps and throwing projectiles down so well, and working within the confines of Sonic 1. That is pretty impressive as a concept. Unfortunately, I think it's got a few issues that kind of let it down. The main one in particular is when you get to any of the sort of like tubes, which you normally pick up momentum and slide down. They just don't work with the alterations they've done to this, so you have to find a different way around them, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, so that's the big one, unfortunately. It just means that, yeah, you kind of have to play the stages a little bit differently and look for different routes through the stage. And then the other one, and this has been addressed by the developer as well, it's just the sprites they've used. Now, these have been drawn directly from a GBA Klonoa game, and unfortunately they just don't really match the resolution of Sonic 1, so Klonoa looks very, very small, which is a shame. Now, I'm sure if they got another artist on the team to redraw these sprites, larger so that they fit the resolution of the game, that would be a nice little addition that would really help benefit this. But as it stands, this is obviously mostly the work of one developer, and it was easier to just import an existing sprite sheet, which is why we've got this. And look, it functions, right? It functions. It's good enough for what it wants to do, and that's fine. The core mechanics are there, and they're working, which is impressive in its own right, because yeah, you basically got the mechanics of Klonoa working within Sonic 1, which is cool. I really like that. But yeah, it's just visually a little bit, it doesn't quite work at the moment. It looks a little bit mixed media, and it doesn't really suit the look of Sonic 1 at the moment. So yeah, I think in a future release I'd like to see that sprite sheet redrawn and something a little bit more original, so that it fits the visuals of Sonic 1. But yeah, that's my only real complaint, to be honest with you. I just think at the moment it's not quite there visually, but mechanically it certainly works, and I was very impressed with how well it works. Obviously, another thing that I would like to see in the future revisions is the slopes and tubes working the way they should. Maybe they can be retrofitted, or even just have the stage designs changed so that they're not there, so it doesn't create this weird glitchy effect when you try and go down them. Just have a little muck around with the stage design and see if you can adjust it to benefit the mechanics of Klonoa's abilities. But yeah, a fun little concept. Not quite there at the moment, but I was very happy to see it because Klonoa is one of my favourite games, and yeah, I just thought it was a nice melding of both Klonoa and Sonic. A lot of fun, but definitely needs some tweaks for the next release.